Hey everyone, this is Faiz and welcome to my channel. The Model 6 has been around for 6 years, yet it still catches so much attention on the road, and that's before the rear falcon wing doors even open up. This is simply the most unique SUV out there in the market, and I absolutely find it beautiful for its sheer minimalism, simple design, and the functionality that it offers. Now, before I even begin my review, I will just go over the Model 6 that I purchased. It's the long-range version with a white exterior and white interior with a 6-seat layout. And we upgraded our wheels to the 22-inch turbine wheels and got the full self-driving package as well. Now, unlike legacy automakers, Tesla only does minor changes periodically, and in January of 2021, Elon announced the new version. After 6 years, it finally got a major upgrade. Now, they kept the exterior mostly the same and just introduced cosmetic modifications like new bumpers, alloy wheels, and replaced chrome with a nice gloss black finish, which looks much nicer and sleek. Now with the Model X, obviously the biggest story here are the falcon wing doors. First, you have the driver's door that opens automatically and you can shut it without lifting a finger. Then you have the rear doors that open like wings and provide great access to the rear seats. Now, unlike the exterior, the interior on the other hand sees significant changes, making the cabin more appealing and functional. The redesigned dashboard makes the interior seem more sophisticated and luxurious. Also, nothing screams future louder than a yoke steering wheel. It took me literally just about half an hour or so of driving, and I became used to it almost immediately. Now, it doesn't impact my driving in any negative way, and if anything, during autopilot, I actually like the steering wheel as you can just rest your hands on the wide open space area. Analog controls are still minimal, and that may not be a good thing for everyone. Speaking of which, the one thing that I'm not a huge fan of is the fact that there is no way to shift gears other than using the touchscreen. Most cars have a column stalk by the wheel or a shifter on the center console, which I find way more convenient. Like if I'm at a parking lot and it's busy and I need to just do a quick reverse or something, it's so much more natural to use an actual gear to reverse or to drive, if it's by the steering wheel or the center console. But with the Model X, I do find it a little cumbersome to keep reaching for the screen and pulling down to reverse or pulling up to go forward. It's just not that ergonomic in my opinion. Now, the same goes for the blinkers. There's no actual column stalk to shift up and down. Instead, you have buttons on the steering wheel, and once or twice I have accidentally clicked it. Even changing lanes requires you to take your eyes off the road momentarily to press the correct arrow button. I see that Tesla went full in on the minimalism, but this is a sacrifice to ergonomics, and it's definitely going to take time to get adjusted to. However, I do think that those are just things that you'll get used to over time. So though it may seem like a small annoyance in the beginning, over time, I am sure that it will be a breeze to use and just become second nature. However, what I really love is the big 17-inch horizontal touchscreen. I was never a fan of the vertical touchscreen display in the previous generation Model X, but this one is much nicer, and I like how with just a click of a button, the driver can now tilt the screen towards them for improved visibility. Plus, it's possible to tilt the display towards the front passenger as well. Right underneath that touchscreen, you have an area to place your phones and have them wirelessly charge. And speaking of charging, you have many USB-C ports throughout this vehicle to charge your devices. You've got 2 in the center console, 2 underneath the second row display, and also 2 in the third row right by the cup holders. Now, since we purchased the 6-seat version, it feels even more spacious since there is nice room between the 2 middle row seats, which allows for great access to get to the third row seats. You also have these switches to allow the middle row seats to go back and forth to allow access to the third row, or simply just adding more legroom in the second row. As for the legroom between the third and second row seats, it's decent. Obviously, the third row seats are not like the middle rows, of course, but definitely much better than most of the other third row SUVs that are out there in the market. Now, right in front of the middle row, you have this nice touchscreen display where you have your climate controls, but you can also do far more than just that. You can stream movies, play music. This is a feature that many passengers will definitely enjoy. Overall, the interior space is generous in the first and second rows, and that extra large windshield provides a panoramic view like no other. So now that we've talked about the interior, let's talk about comfort. One benefit of the larger Tesla models, including the Model X, is the adaptive air suspension, which significantly improves ride comfort. This new Model X boasts an admirable ability to absorb bumps in the road. This quality, along with a cabin well insulated against outside noise, makes for a very comfortable environment. Now, as far as the seats go, the Model X's are pretty well cushioned and provide enough adjustments to dial in your personal comfort. The Model X's climate controls are simple to use, but know that the extra large windshield lets in a bit more heat during hot summer days than a typical size windshield. Now let's talk about technology. For all the technological marvels in the Model X, there are some shortcomings, however. The lack of smartphone integration via Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is a big drawback, as literally almost every car in the market now offers it. Now, if you're parked, you've got access to an internet browser that allows you to do stuff like watch Netflix or scroll through YouTube videos, provided you're subscribed to a Tesla data plan or connected to Wi-Fi. Now, this car has a ton of sensors and cameras, yet for some reason you don't get a 360 view of the car when you're parking or pulling into tight areas such as a garage, for an example. I just don't understand why Tesla doesn't enable this when they have all the technology in the car. Now, what is really cool, however, is the real-time digital map of the vehicles around you. It's pretty nice to see, and we like that you can pull up the rear view camera anytime that you want. One of the greatest innovations from Tesla, however, is constant over-the-air updates that can add new features and system optimizations. Also, the big center screen is the largest in the industry, with crisp graphics and a stunning Google-based nav system. Let's go over the most important thing, the driving experience. Let me just start off by saying that driving this car is an absolute joy. Performance has become the calling card of the Tesla brand, and the mid-size Model X upholds that reputation. This long-range dual-motor Model X boasts 670 horsepower and accelerates quite quickly. Make sure to give your passengers fair warning before putting your foot down, especially if your car is on the insane mode. The 0 to 60 is 3.8 seconds. Balancing out that impressive speed are excellent brakes that are both easy to use in traffic and strong and confident when you need to stop in a hurry. There's enough regenerative braking when lifting off the accelerator that you can often drive around without touching the brake pedal. This sizable family SUV drives more like a sports car, and that's absolutely what I love about it. Also worth noting, the adaptive air suspension provides up to 8.9 inches of ground clearance when you need it. Alright, so the question I often get is, how's the cargo space? It's excellent in the Model X. When compared with the rivals, the 2022 Tesla Model X has the best in-class cargo capacity of 40 cubic feet. Even when you fold down the rear seats, the 2022 Tesla Model X tops the charts with the room it has and offer to store more luggage. There's even sizable storage underneath a sliding cover as well. Also, the front trunk has ample space as well. Now, in conclusion, the Model X is engineered to wow both the driver and the passenger. It'll impress you with its sheer speed and panoramic windshield and the great technology that it offers. The one thing I left out was my impressions on the full self-driving experience, but wait on that for a future video. Thanks to the low mounted battery weight, the Model X feels more like a sports car than an SUV. The immediate thrust from the electric motors becomes addicting, so much that you might swear off gas-powered cars for good. Also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned to more videos of my Tesla, and also I will be reviewing the Audi e-tron next. If you like this video, give it a like and comment below any thoughts, questions, or concerns that you may have. Till then, see you next time.